Sometimes I've seen in my journey many times many people create imaginary monsters and present to us and to people to bring certain amount of fear, and thereby that we would require protection all the time. And this is happening very much now in the virtual world when there are so much of hacking takes place. But I remember a little bit of history. Afghanistan was a very peaceful country ruled by a king. And the Soviet Union, at that time, the communist Soviet Union, invaded that country, installed a puppet president called Babrak Karmal, and toppled the entire government and created the communist state. And that was the beginning of all the crisis that is prevailing in Afghanistan. Today, communism is only as a word. It's in the museum. Most of the communist countries at that time, even now today, has become a capitalist. Even a country like China, Vietnam, all those countries I have visited, I have seen the fabric has changed into a different kind of capitalism. But ladies and gentlemen, the Americans, the CIA, created a monster in order to take their own geopolitical advantage, and created, in collaboration with the Saudi Arabia, created fundamental Islamism, fanaticism, which was originally not there in Islam, and created a group of called Mujahideens, which Bin Laden was one of the original members. And the Mujahideen was brainwashed, and they thought the only way to fight communism is to create this kind of a group and arm them and fight them. The Mujahideens, which was armed by the Americans, today as chasing Americans away from Afghanistan as Taliban. These geopolitical conditions that is prevailing in the world always create monsters to the people and the world, and thereby trying to advance their own global dominance. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes in our journey, when people are picturing to us, or presenting to us, or showcasing to us monsters, and tells us that you need to be careful and protect yourself, we need to dig deep into it and understand the nature of this monster. And even in the current status, we hear so many different messages, so many different communications all the time, showcasing us diversity of monsters time to time, and asking us to take refuge in protecting yourself. That have been happening for ages. And that's exactly what the Soviets, USSR, Soviet Russia did when they were invading countries with the communist ideology. That's what the Western nations headed by USA created, and then in order to fight that, they created diversity of monsters. And now their own monsters are chasing them away. Mujahideens, who became Taliban, today chasing America after 20 years, when the Americans are trying to bring a kind of a democracy which is not practical in some other countries. Ladies and gentlemen, when somebody presents to you a monster and tells you to protect yourself, dig deep into it and identify by yourself the nature and the character and the attributes of the monster before you really take all the measures to protect yourself.